Hey, we'd like to take a minute to thank our sponsor, Isotope, makers of software and plugins for audio repair, mixing, and mastering. We use Isotope products here at the High Gain. It's an important part of how we've been able to bottle pure podcast gold week after week. And guess what? Isotope offers 1 free month of Music Production Suite Pro, which has all the tools you need to mix, master, and repair audio. Also, you can get 10% off all other software using the promo code FRET10. That's FRET10. All of this is at isotope.com, IZOTOPE.com.
Hey, this is Ed Peterson.
And this is John Kiltica, Ed.
It's the High Gain Podcast.
High Gain.
We're back.
Yep.
What are we going to talk about today, John?
We are going to talk about guitars.
I really dig the one you're holding.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm into it. Where are we recording this week?
We are in a subterranean chamber.
Yep.
In beautiful West Seattle, Washington.
Yep. There's a table right to my right, and there's a cat on it.
Yes.
And some cat food.
Yep.
We're going to, hang out with our boy Jimmy.
Junior.
God damn it.
We had somebody over the other day who couldn't hear very well.
Yeah.
Said, "Oh, who is this?" And I said, "Oh, that's Junior." And he said, "Well, hello, Jeremy."
Yeah. Like, the thing is, I don't think Junior minds. He looks pretty chill right now.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Yeah. West Seattle.
West Seattle.
Yes. In a basement.
Yes.
With cats. Talking about guitars.
Talking that bullshit about guitars like we do.
Yeah. I think this guitar is going to break the kind of long-standing standard head mold of, like, vintage is better.
Ooh.
I think this one might be the one where I'm like,
Ooh.
maybe this is the one I want.
Definitely not burying the lead there.
Yeah.
That's great.
I just think it looks really cool. It's a Silvertone.
It is a Silvertone 1449. Yes.
Yeah.
Before you go thinking this is some pristine example of a vintage instrument.
Right.
This here is a reissue. Did you guys know out there in internet world, they're doing that now? Some of their classic designs.
Yeah.
Available all over again.
This design is like SGE looking in the front. It's got the two horns that kind of scoop in.
Yeah.
But they're off from each other, unlike an SG.
Yeah.
It's got that indent in the butt.
The butt dent?
Yeah. I don't know what the concentric knobs do.
There are two knobs, two concentric knobs.
Yeah.
The top portion is volume, the bottom is tone.
Got it.
One for each pickup.
Do you know what color they call this thing? Burgundy blood.
They call this red.
Wild. If I had to call that a color, I would probably call it red. I'm just surprised that's what they call it.
It's more like a red burst, and it has
Yes.
silver sparkles in it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
She's a feline tormentor, not any part of your wife. With a drunk town lamenting, leads her miserable life. When it's full of beer champagne, she bats paws, and claws.
Beverages.
Beverages, Ed.
I have no idea what that was.
That was a song called Pads, Paws, and Claws from the 1989 Elvis Costello album Spike. He is one of many who have played Silvertone/Stan Electro guitars over the years.
Yeah.
So I thought, there are so many people that have played these, I get to pick.
Yeah, that makes sense, picking that guy.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard that. We did the Silvertone when we were talking about their brief foray into metal guitars.
Yes, we
Right.
did with the Paul Stanley.
Yeah, exactly. A beautiful guitar.
You probably, unless I'm completely missing the mark, would prefer the Paul Stanley to this 1449 reissue.
At the time, we were like, oh, we should go check out the Silvertone page, silvertoneclassic.com.
Ah, yes.
And I forgot what a complete hot pile of garbage their website is.
Hire some front-end guys.
terrible. It's weird because, these guitars have a very retro vibe.
You apply the retro vibe
Yeah.
that's appropriate to the year of the guitars, but then in a nod to the current times,
Right.
bit crush it.
Yeah. Bit crush the website down to oblivion. Man, it's terrible.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
what are you drinking, Ed?
Oh, I have from our good friends over there in the Rhineland in Germany, a Klausthaler non-alcoholic dry hopped.
Dry hop.
Yeah, crafted and canned in Germany.
Dry hopped, isn't that where they throw a bunch more hops in there? After it's done brewing,
I don't know.
they just kind of steep.
I don't know anything about it. What I would say is this one is the darker, maybe the darkest of the non-alcoholics.
Ooh.
So that would not surprise me that they do another thing after the initial batch. It's real delicious. And I have a coffee.
I too have a coffee.
Yeah.
Additionally, I have a San Pellegrino.
Oh.
But this particular flavor is Arancia and Fico de India.
Yeah.
In English, that is orange and prickly pear.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fecal de India?
Yeah.
I think I made that weird "oh" sound when you said it's a San Pellegrino because they have changed up their marketing. Their can is one of them tall, skinny fellas.
Skinny boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not your normal San Pellegrino bottle can. So that's weird. How is that?
Delicious. Not too tart,
No.
not too sweet.
Yep.
Just the right amount of crisp and sparkly.
Perfect. It's clearly the Fecal de India that's got you all riled up.
That's what's got me twisted.
Okay, cool. So you've got a Silvertone.
Yes, as I mentioned, this is a reissue, 1449.
Yeah.
The original 1449s were made by our man Nat Daniel over there at Dan Electro in New Jersey.
Is he a native son?
I don't know.
Is that the Garden State?
It is the Garden State.
Yeah. He lived there. He was there for a while.
Yes.
Okay.
He was making guitars not only under the Dan Electro name, he was making some Silvertones for Sears, even though Dan Electro was not the only company doing that.
Right.
The Chicago boys were doing some Silvertone stuff too.
Say all of those words again.
Silvertone is the house brand of Sears.
Yes. Made by Dan Electro.
Yes, this particular model was made by Dan Electro.
Right.
Other models were made by the Chicago boys.
Harmony.
Yeah.
Got it. So the 1449, this is the one that back in the day had the amp in the case.
Yes.
That's this one. Oh man, that would be sick if they did that. They don't do that anymore, do they?
They don't. I wondered if it was because, too many house fires.
Yeah.
It turns out it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, most amplifiers come in a cabinet that has a certain depth to it.
Right.
Not only to fit the chassis of the amp, but to allow the sounds coming out of the speaker to resonate.
Sure.
But a guitar case is only so thick.
Right.
And in the case of these Silvertones, was made out of like glorified cardboard.
Yep.
So they just sounded like ass.
That seems fine, though. For kid, who this was marketed towards seems perfect.
Yeah. These came out in 1962.
Beautiful.
There were a whole bunch, 1447, 48, 49. The features didn't change too much on the guitar, but on the amp they did. By the time this 1449 came out, the primary difference would have been that it had two pickups, whereas upon its introduction in 62 it only had one.
Okay.
But more substantial was that the amp that was in the case was higher powered and actually had tremolo built into it.
That's pretty great.
And so those guitars back in the day weren't very big, and really neither is this one. This is a 21 fret guitar. When these came out, they were 3/4 sized, and they were actually considered semi-hollow. It's like a masonite sandwich.
Exactly.
With pine around the edges.
Yep.
And then a poplar center block that went down, and that's what you would screw the pickups and the tailpiece into.
And they also had, on the sides, they had that almost like tape.
Yeah, it was like a vinyl binding tape, so you wouldn't see that it was just crappy pine.
That is the one thing with this guitar when I picked it up. I don't think it's particularly heavy. Their webpage says it's 6.2 pounds.
Still heavier than the originals because those were semi-hollow and
Yeah.
this is a solid body.
When I picked it up, it was heavier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, there's that main difference.
Yeah.
And because there's no center block to attach the pickups to, they go clean through the body
Wow.
to screw the lipstick pickups in. I'm turning the guitar over on its back so Ed can see the screws that are attached to the lipstick pickups in front.
So this thing says it's got upgraded hardware from the originals, right?
Yeah, the old one didn't have individual saddles like this.
Yep.
I think the old one, wasn't it just like a piece of wood?
Yep. I've always had a weird soft spot for these old Silvertones. I've just always thought they were cool.
Me too.
I think whenever I've picked one of those old ones up, they're always just pretty shitty.
Right.
They're very cool, and they are also very shitty. This is just solid.
I think they hit the nail on the head. Let's see. Everything is in the middle, 2 pickups.
I don't think these are particularly hot.
Yeah, I don't think the lipstick pickups are high gain.
No.
Go down to the bridge. Turn the treble on that bridge. That's pretty cool, I guess, if you add some crunch to it.
You know any of those Jimmy Page riffs? Yeah.
Something like that.
You got some, Page vibes going on over there.
You could tell what I concentrated on as a kid.
Yeah.
Neck. I'll roll the tone down on that. It's respectable.
Yep.
Put everything back in the middle, and there you go. Put a little overdrive on there. I think it's really solid. Here's a little nitpick for you. The adjustment set screws on the individual saddle pieces kind of stick up a little. So for a person that plays with the heel of their hand back here like I do,
Yeah,
I kind of feel them sticking up.
I would probably notice that as well.
Yeah, I would probably put something over them or adjust them differently and it would be fine. Ed?
Yeah.
How much does the website say these are?
$3.99?
$3.99.
Like, this is the weird case where I would much rather have this guitar than one of those vintage ones. I would like the old case, but I would rather have this guitar that still gives you a pretty close approximation to that shitty sound.
Does Ed have a pedal?
I do.
Oh!
This is actually your Death by Audio Fuzz War.
But you have one.
I have one as well. And I have definitely made the statement before that if you have this, you don't need another fuzz pedal. This is the fuzz pedal you should have.
Anybody looking to go down the fuzz hole?
Yes, do that.
Yes, start with this.
The way I like to play it, fuzz up, tone down.
Fuzz up, tone down.
You want to hear some tone up? It'll do that. You know, gross.
Wow, that's nice.
It sounds awesome with this guitar.
I've got the Pog 2 just set to an octave down.
That's killer.
If you want to recreate that sound with the Reissue Silvertone 1449,
Yeah.
you'll need a Fuzz War.
Yep, Death by Audio.
You'll need an Electro Harmonics Pog 2 set to some form of down octave.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll need a Digitech Whammy a couple of octaves below that.
Yeah.
Knock yourself out.
Right. But, you could just go Fuzz War
Yes.
and get a pretty killer tone.
Man, that's cool.
It's killer. I love it so much. $180
For the Fuzz War?
for the Fuzz War. Go to deathbyaudio.com.
Thanks for bringing a pedal. It was really, really great.
Great. I don't know if you'll hold on to that in the memory banks, but that was a good one.
Yeah.
So our guy,
Daniel.
Daniel,
Yes.
makes this guitar.
Yep.
For Sears. Sears starts it in 62, makes it until...
It was only available until 64.
Really?
The amp in the case.
That model of Silvertone was only available for 2 years?
I don't know if the model without the amp in case was perhaps available longer, or different features, different pickguard, or
Yeah.
but the amp in the case, just a couple of years.
Okay.
How much, Ed?
Yeah.
In $1962 was a 1449 that came in the case that doubled as an amp. 1962.
I'm going to go crazy here. I'm going to go absolutely insane.
Uh-oh.
I am going to say that you could buy a Silvertone 1449 with the amp in the case for $99.99.
You know, you are in the ballpark,
Okay.
but you're over. Can you believe
Whoa,
that?
really?
$67.95.
Holy, with the amp?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
In today dollars,
Yeah.
that's $611.
That's so great. You
Isn't
get
that great?
an amp, a case, and a guitar.
Yeah.
$600. I wonder if that case had a cable in it.
I did not see that, although I did see that later versions came with a How to Play Guitar 45 record.
That's great. $70.
Yeah.
Man, that's wild.
Back in the old days in 62, that was probably like, that's going to take me a year and a half
Right.
to save up that extra dough.
For sure.
It's a whole mortgage payment.
I think for a lot of people, their kids' Christmas present, a toy. You know, you don't buy a lot of $700 toys for your kid for Christmas, generally speaking.
No. I got a lot of pajamas.
Yeah.
Did you get the pajamas?
I had a lot of Star Wars toys,
Oh.
Etch-a-Sketches.
Oh, I love those.
Sure.
Spirograph?
Yep. I had a Raggedy Andy,
Oh.
and my sister had a Raggedy Ann. And just recently, I rewatched the horror movie about the possessed doll. Right? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't, but it sounds great already.
It's not Chucky. Annabelle is the movie.
Never heard of it. The doll's name was Annabelle?
That's the name of the movie. In the movie, they make this doll, this insane, crazy-looking, scary doll that was possessed and was, like, attacking people.
Uh-huh.
It was actually a Raggedy Ann. But in the movie, they make it look like, oh, it's this insane creature doll.
And you had the Raggedy Andy.
Yeah. You know, you learn to button buttons with the Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls and stuff.
Fantastic.
That's oldie times. That's how you date John and Ed.
Yep.
What kind of toys did you have?
I had a Stretch Armstrong.
Hell yes.
And we were always worried.
Yeah.
Careful, because if that breaks, the stuff that's in there
Sure.
will kill you.
Yeah, like acid. Just eat through your bones.
Yeah. Don't mess around with that.
But that didn't stop you, did it?
I had stilts.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I can still walk on stilts.
I think it's cool, those dudes that put up drywall and they have those stilts that they
Yes.
just put on their shoes.
I should get some of those and just walk around.
Be like 7.5 feet tall.
Why not?
I am having a hell of a time finding where this thing was made, John. There's a review from 2016 that says made in Korea by Samick.
With a bit of sleuthing,
Yeah.
you were able to accurately determine the country of origin.
Looks like Korea, you know, from Samick, the parent company that now owns Silvertone.
I really like it.
Yep.
You tried it. You're gonna buy it. Unless you deny it.
I'd totally buy this thing. 100%.
Yeah.
They have a Daphne blue, black, and this red sparkle.
The Daphne blue is pretty cool.
If you told me there was a guitar in those three colors,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I would be like, oh, Daphne blue or black, and red would be so at the bottom.
The black is pretty cool, too.
And then I go look at the webpage and then look at the guitar in front of me. I want this red one. It's got the matching headstock with the sparkles in the headstock. It's great.
It's very affordable, and if you can find a used one, it's that much more affordable.
I'm going to go on
Reverbs?
Reverbs. That's the classic go on reverb music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like $399 is the new price. And it was hard to tell on the webpage, but the black is also a black sparkle.
Ooh.
So
There is that.
all three of them are very, very cool. If I could have this or one of the vintage ones, I would take this red one.
I think I completely agree with you, Ed. These are great and a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You can really bring the hard with this thing.
Yeah. The old ones were not string through. The bridge is just made out of a hunk of wood, and yeah, it would just fall apart on you. The old one.
Not these new boys.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you, Ed. This is a buy.
Yeah. It's either a beginner guitar or someone who actually plays as just like their fun guitar. We should play with it a while and just see how well it stays in tune, how well it actually holds up to like some beating on it,
Yeah, yeah.
you know?
I was just whomping on it.
Yeah.
Still in tune.
Yeah.
What is the website, Ed?
It is silvertoneclassic.com.
Silvertoneclassic.com.
And you know it's a good website, like I was saying, with them going with their retro vibes.
Yeah.
You know how you change the little icon for the website in the tab, you know?
Yeah.
If you go to the High Gain and you look at the little logo, it's the High Gain logo.
The favicon.
Right. You know what it is for silvertoneclassic.com?
What?
Oh, it's a WordPress icon.
Nice.
That's how you know it's quality.
Go to that website. Check
Yep.
out those guitars. See if you don't agree with us.
You will.
You will. And
Yeah.
then when you're done,
Yeah.
keep the web box fired up.
Yep.
Keep it warm and idling because you're going to want to go over to thehighgain.com.
Yep.
Check out some of our business.
Go to the Instagrams.
And over at the Instagrams, there is
Yeah.
our link tree.
Yeah.
You click on that, and you're going to get more links to more stuff we're doing. It's nutty.
Good luck to you.
Okay, Ed.
Okay.
That was great.
Yeah, go buy that guitar.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.